On today's video, we're going to be creating a two-stage fire alarm system using either bell or horns. To start, we're going to go into the SPS, we're going to go into IDNet, we're going to create 4 new smokes. We're going to highlight the first 4 slots. I'm going to click F4. We're going to provide a basic description. Floor by suite and 1-1. I'm going to select automatically increment over here. We're going to change from unused into a photo and press OK. Then M1-1 we're going to choose by suite 101. M1-2 is going to be by suite 103. We're going to click by suite 105 and 107. In order to choose a two-stage pull station, we're going to have to do the following. We're going to have to select the Canadian pull station, which is going to be can pull, instead of addressable pull. Okay, not addressable pull, but can pull. There you go. And provide a basic description. So we're going to go main floor, east exit, M1-5. We're going to copy, go to number 6. We're going to, instead of east, we're going to call it west. And change it into 6. I'm going to choose Can You See Pull Station. And we're going to go into NAX. In NAX, we're going to change the description. We're going to call it a common area bell. And sig number 4, we're going to do it is sweet horns. Click apply, click OK. Next, we're going to go into the analog pseudos. We're going to start with over here. We're going to change 8 to 56. We're going to use it for the timer, for the first stage timer. We're going to change it from an analog into a timer. And we're going to provide description, which is going to be first stage timer. Apply. And OK. Now we're going to create a pseudos, digital pseudos for the first and second stage. So for that, we're going to click on the P512. Okay. We're going to change. We're going to decide. We're going to select P514 as our first stage, and P515 as second stage. Make sure we're not changing, but keep it as utility. Press apply, and OK. Once done, we're going to go into a list, and we're going to create 3 lists. List number 1 is going to be for the bell, so we're going to go tag list. We're going to change it into a signal. We're going to choose common area bells. Next one would be at least sweet horns. And we're going to create additional list for the actual pull station. So we're going to select map net ID net, and we're going to choose the 2 pull stations. Press OK, and we can start doing the programming by going into custom control over here. Go to Simplex custom control and add equation. The first equation is going to be first stage activation So the first thing what we're going to do, we're going to have to select what's going to activate our our alarm. So to do so, we're going to click add equation. We're going to click point select, or we're going to change from detect into an on. Click next, and we're going to select pseudo, the system pseudos, digital pseudos over here, and we're going to select P3, which is going to be the fire alarm detect. This is the first one. Next, we're going to click additional add over here. We're going to click end, not, the status on, off. Tag list is going to be digital pseudo. We're going to change it from system pseudo into user pseudo, and we're going to click second stage and select the second stage over here. Press OK, finish, and additional add over here, and not, status on, of digital pseudo signal bypass. Click OK and finish. We're gonna go where it says output, and for our outputs we're gonna have two things. Number one, we're gonna do hold point on. We can leave it priority 99. I'm gonna tag list. I'm gonna change into a digital user pseudo. P514, which is going to be our first stage. So this is going to be activating first stage. Okay. Additional equation going to be to hold our bells and horns in sweet horns. So what we're going to do, we're going to change it from a hold on into a March 20. March 20 right over here. Priority 99 is fine. We're going to tag list. We're going to filter into point list. And we're going to choose our bells, common area bells, and sweets. Press no, finish. There you go. So what's going to happen upon detection of first any alarm in the fire alarm system, and second stage is not on, and the bypass is not on, it's going to activate pseudo 514, which is first stage, and activate the bells on March 20. Our next equation is going to be upon a first stage active. I'm gonna add equation. I'm gonna rename it into first stage active. Now we're gonna click add, hold point on, tag list. We're gonna filter to a user digital pseudo, and we're gonna choose first stage activated. Additional equation under input is going to be the status OR, and change it from detecting to on. We're going to tag list, filter, system digital pseudo, and we're going to choose P11, which is going to be unacknowledged filearm exists. Press finish. We're going to create additional input, which is going to be and not. Next, status on, tag list, filter, digital pseudo. We're going to go into P204, which is going to be our signal silence. Finish. And the last input we're going to create would be the actual timer. So to do the timer, we're going to select delay output action. We're going to change from an analog into a constant. I'm going to click next. We're going to choose seconds and add 300, which makes it a 5 minutes. I'm going to click next, and we're going to change from A to 57. We're just going to choose the A to 56. That's the pseudo we initially created. There you go. The actual output is going to be the following. Number one, I'm going to click add, hold point, from on. We're going to choose off. 99 is okay. The point is going to be first stage, so we're going to click filter, digital pseudo, user digital pseudo. We're going to choose off for P514, which is the first stage, and under output we're going to create additional pseudo, hold point on. We're going to change the upper set priority to 89, so it's going to be higher priority than the first stage. And we're going to tag list and choose second stage alarm. Finish. So upon first stage from previous equation, and if no one acknowledged the actual file arm or silence the file arm, we're gonna have a 5-minute delay. We're gonna turn off first stage, activate second stage. Now we're gonna go into the third equation. Third equation is gonna be second stage. So I'm gonna click add equation, second stage active. Press OK. Under input, we're going to do the following. Add equation, point status is going to be on, tag it's going to be gonna filter, digital pseudo, go into second stage, select second stage, press OK, finish. What's gonna happen? So few activation gonna be happening over here. Number one is gonna be if second stage is active from previous equation. That's number one. Number two is gonna be second activation would be done by activating the key on the actual pull station. To do so, we're going to choose OR, next status short, and we're going to tag list, filter, point list, and choose our pull stations. Or we're going to have additional equation over here, point status OR. It's going to be detect, we're going to change detect into a fire status. Next, we're going to tag list, we're going to select the filter, point list, and we're going to choose list 23. And the last and final input would be add point or we're going to choose the point from point status. We're going to choose any point, or we're going to have two devices, a status fire. I'm going to click next, and we're going to choose list 18, which is going to be general fire alarm. The output, I'm going to click add. I'm going to change hold point into temporal point. Next, we're going to select 8, 9. I'm going to click next. We're going to tag list. We're going to change filter into a point list. We're going to go to the bottom and select the two horns, the cone area bells and the sweet horns. Click OK. It will ask if we want to create a list. The answer is going to be no. Press finish. What's happening now? Upon activation of second stage from previous equation, or the status of short, which means someone activate the actual key of the pull station, or the status of water flow in case there are sprinklers in the building, or any two devices within the building, that's what's going to activate the bells into second stage, which is going to be our temporal. To complete everything, we're going to have to create two final equations. The first one is going to be silence. So, and the next one is going to be an equation for reset. The first one is going to be silent. So we're going to select add. We're going to choose point status. We're going to change the detect into on. Tag list. Filter. Point list. Enter. Sorry, we're going to change it into a digital pseudo. system pseudo. We're going to select P6, alarm silence. Upon pressing the alarm silence button, we're going to add to the output two outputs. Number one is going to be hold point off. So we're going to do hold point off. Click next. We're going to choose priority 7, 9 this time. We're going to tag filter and points and select the two bells and horn circuits. It's asked if you want to create a list. The answer is going to be no. Finish. That's going to silence, however it will activate in case it's detecting a new alarm from the first equation. The reset would be status. We're going to select on, hold point. We're going to select change on, detect into an on. We're going to tag list, and we're going to choose analog pseudos, and we're going to go into two separate pseudos. Number one is going to be A21, which is going to be the system pulse reset timer. Second one is going to be A34, which is going to be startup pulse timer. It's asking if we want to create a list. The answer is going to be no. The output would be as follows. We're going to select add, hold point off, 7, 9 once again. We're going to tag list. We're going to filter point list, and we're going to choose the bells and horns. And we're going to choose the two pseudos, first and second stage. Hold point off. This is going to be 7, 9. We're going to tag list, change filter, user digital pseudo, and we're going to select first and second stage. All left to do is just save, and that's it. See you next video.